I walked by the sea, and there came to me, as a starbeam on the wet sand, a white shell, like a sea bell, trembling it lay in my wet hand. In my fingers shaken, I heard, waken, a ding within, by a harbour bar, a boy swinging, a call ringing, over endless seas, faint now and far. Then I saw a boat silently float on the night tide, empty and grey. "It is later than late. Why do we wait?" I leapt in and cried, "Bear me away!" It bore me away, wetted with spray, wrapped in a mist, wound in a sleep, to a forgotten strand in a strange land. In the twilight, beyond the deep, I heard a sea bell swing in the swell, dinging, dinging, and the breakers roar on the hidden teeth of a perilous reef. And at last I came to a long shore. White it glimmered, and the sea simmered, with star mirrors in a silver net. Cliffs of stone, pale as rule bone, in the moon foam were gleaming wet. Glittering sand slid through my hand, dust of pearl and jewel grist, trumpets of opal, roses of coral, flutes of green and amethyst. But under cliff eaves there were glooming caves, weed curtained, dark and grey. A cold air stirred in my hair, and the light waned as I hurried away. Down from a hill ran a green rill, its water I drank to my heart's ease. Up its fountain stair to a country fair, of ever eve I came far from the seas. Climbing into meadows of fluttering shadows, flowers lay there like fallen stars, and on a blue pool, glassy and cool, like floating moons, the nenuphars. Alders were sleeping and willows weeping, by a slow river of rippling weeds. Gladden swords guarded the fords, and green spears the arrow reeds. There was echo of song all the evening long, down in the valley many a thing, running to and fro, hares white as snow, voles out of holes, moths on the wing, with lantern eyes, in quiet surprise, brocks were staring out of dark doors. I heard dancing there, music in the air, feet going quick on the green floors. But wherever I came, it was ever the same. The feet fled, and all was still. Never a greeting, only the fleeting pipes, voices, horns on the hill. Of river leaves and the rush sheaves, I made me a mantle of jewel green, a tall wand to hold, and a flag of gold. My eyes shone like the star sheen. With flowers crowned, I stood on a mound, and shrill as a call at cock-crow, why do none speak wherever I go? Here now I stand, king of this land, with gladdened sword and reed mace. Answer my call, come forth all, speak to me words, show me a face. Black came a cloud, as a night shroud, like a dark mole, groping I went, to the ground falling, on my hands crawling, with eyes blind and my back bent. I crept to a wood, silent it stood, in its dead leaves, bare were its boughs. There must I sit, wandering in wit, while owls snored in their hollow house. For a year and a day, there I must stay. Beetles were tapping in the rotten trees, spiders were weaving in the mould heaving, puffballs loomed about my knees. At last there came light in my long night, and I saw my hair hanging grey. Bent though I be, I must find the sea. I have lost myself, and I know not the way. But let me be gone. Then I stumbled on. Like a hunting bat, shadow was over me. In my ears dinned a withering wind, and with ragged briars I tried to cover me. My hands were torn, and my knees worn, and years were heavy upon my back, when the rain in my face took a salt taste, and I smelled the smell of sea-wrack. Birds came sailing, mewing, wailing. I heard voices in cold caves, seals barking and rocks snarling, and in spout holes the gulping of waves. Winter came fast, into a mist I passed, to land's end my years I bore. Snow was in the air, ice in my hair. Darkness was lying on the last shore. There, still afloat, waited the boat, in the tide lifting its prow tossing. Wearily I lay as it bore me away, the waves climbing, the seas crossing. Passing old hulls clustered with gulls, and great ships laden with light, coming to haven, dark as a raven, silent as snow, deep in the night. Houses were shuttered, wind round them muttered. Roads were empty, I sat by a door. And where drizzling rain poured down a drain, I cast away all that I bore. In my clutching hand some grains of sand, and a seashell, silent and dead. Never will my ear that bell hear, never my feet that sure tread. Never again, as in sad lane, in blind alley and in long street, ragged I walk, to myself I talk, for still they speak not, men that I meet.